Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Hope everyone is well. In the last video I went and looked around some of the sites of Kazakhstan, well more specifically Astana, and today is no different. We're going to look at some of the things that I didn't make it to yesterday, and there's plenty of them. I mean, first of all, I've walked 5 minutes from my Airbnb and I found this place. Look at that, it's a massive goblet. We're in the botanical gardens. This isn't actually where I wanted to go, this is just on my route. I didn't realise how pretty it was. You see, past this goblet, if you walk straight all the way down, you end up at the Arc de Triomphe that was there the other day. But yeah, I just thought I'd come round and have a look through this botanical gardens as I make my way to my first official destination. And as I kept saying in the last video, it's a very strange place to try and get your head around, because it's just not what you expect. Like, everywhere's very beautiful, everywhere's very thingy. So like, we're in this big botanical gardens and it's all just greenery, but beyond that, you can see it's just a massive skyline of skyscrapers, tall buildings, and I kind of like it. What I'm interested to see, if I can find any today, is an individual house. I'm starting to think that in Astana, it just isn't the thing to do. Everyone must live in apartments or flats or whatever you want to call it. So it'd be interesting to see if we do find a house. But I don't know. I'm gonna walk through these gardens. I'll show you anything else of interest. I just walked down a dead end. It's just giving me a loop. That's pretty stupid. But so yeah, I'll if I find anything else interesting other than greenery, I'll whip the camera out. But we've got quite a long way to go, so I'm probably going to be relying on the scooters again. Obviously I won't film on the scooters because I don't want to fall and break my camera or me. But yeah, I think it's a good start to the video. Look at these columns, man. I feel like what they've done when they're designing this city to make it stand out, they've added things that, like, so the columns would remind me of Greece, Arc de Triomphe, France, and there's a few more buildings coming up there, but that will probably make you think of other places. But I like the idea, you know, I'm going to make this place stand out, and they have. It's to the point where I'm thinking, I'm amazed that people don't come here more often. I don't know anyone that's been Kazakhstan, other than people on the internet that do, well, they've been doing what I'm trying to do for a lot longer and a lot more established. But yeah, very interesting place. Alright guys, so you join me outside the presidential palace, which is, hang on, this building in the distance. If you're wondering why I'm so far, I tried to cross the road and a guard gave me a very clear signal, do not cross the road. In fact, it does say there's a big red sign, do not enter. Obviously, presidential areas, very secure. There's lots of guards around there. I did ask if I could take pictures. He didn't seem to say no, so I didn't really ask about filming. But what's interesting about the president of Kazakhstan is his name is Kasim Jomart Tokayev, and he's only the second president of Kazakhstan, well, the modern Kazakhstan, taken over from Nursultan Nazarbayev in 2019, which is pretty cool. This whole area is like boxed off. I wasn't allowed to drive my scooter in here. Like I said, I'm not allowed to cross the road. There's a heavy military presence. Luckily they don't have guns, so if they put me filming, at least they'll shout at me rather than shoot me. But the whole area is like preserved. Look around. Like, you got these buildings everywhere. Like, everything's swinging. You've got this massive concert hall. Interestingly, they spell Kazakhstan with a Q on the side. I think that's what it's meant to say. Maybe that's the Russian saying of it. We spell it with K because that's probably how we pronounce it. But yeah, I think this is very interesting. This wasn't actually the place I was going to go. I was going to come here, but it was going to be like the second place, but my directions took me through here. So, but anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. I don't know how much you can see of the palace. Let me try and zoom in a bit. It is a bit far away. There you go. It's very pretty. But yeah, so I'm going to be way out of here now because of this guard presence, and I don't want them to think I'm plotting something or doing something crazy. But yeah, so we'll make our way to the place I was going to go originally anyway, provided no one's nicked my Bolt scooter. Alright guys, I just thought I'd stop for a few seconds, right, because, well, I've mentioned it a few times about it feels like I'm sort of looking at the future. I mean, modern architecture isn't for everyone, but just look around me. Like, you got the massive train bridge going down, the roads are so wide, the pavements are wide, I've got a cycle track, everything's just built like better. Like, yes, this was only turned into a city in 1997, but everything is so well thought out. It baffles me how other cities haven't cottoned on to this. Yes, we are sort of trapped with all our heritage and our things we need to keep, you know, because we don't want to just get rid of everything. But, you know, it's amazing, like, the thought that goes into it. The other thing I don't understand is why my face is so big on the screen, why am I so zoomed in? But yeah, I just thought I'd stop, man, because I'm just looking around and it's fantastic. Like, everything about it. Like, even these, right? So, granted, I have fell off one of these in a different city, but in the UK, we look at them and go, no, they're dangerous, get them off the streets. Which I get, right? Because we have two problems. One, our city isn't built for it. Like, that's why people get injured. And two, we have people who are just stupid and ignorant and will just drive into loads of people and not care about it. But here, it's the easiest thing I've ever ridden. Yes, there's occasional spots where you have to stop and go, oh, I don't know. But like I said, I got the cycle track. You know, crossing like at junctions, you look the guy in the eye, gives you a nod, no problem. Even the crossing guards, oh, got a bit high, they have timers on them to let you know how long you've got to cross the road. I just think it's brilliant. Like, honestly, I didn't know what to expect of Kazakhstan, but I didn't expect them to be living so far in the future. So, anyway, I'm going to keep going until I reach where I'm actually meant to be going. I just thought I'd stop and throw that in there, because it's really opened my eyes a lot. Alright guys, I'm trying to cover my mic for the wind, but I've just been riding for 2 minutes after my last little interval. And look at this. Look. It's stunning, isn't it? Like, you got a better view of the palace. Presidential palace, or whatever it's called. You know, I just think fair enough, fair play. This is the Ishim River. I've just rode across that bridge over there. Even the bridge, look at the bridge. You could have just built a bridge and said, yeah, no, that's fine, but no, they built these massive archways on it. The train goes over it, or the metro, whatever you want to call it. But it's not just that, it's the way they've maintained it. Look, there's plenty of flowers all around it. There's places to sit. Honestly. What a city. Like, in terms of things to actually do here, there's not a lot. I'm not going to lie. But in terms of beauty, it's stunning. Like, it's a very vast metropolis of a place. I mean, there is something here that I have brought you to come see. Oh, my head's not as massive as it was before, that's a relief. But yeah. But I'm going to sit by this river for a few minutes and then we'll move. Luckily I'm allowed to ride my scooter through the park, although it is limited to 15 km an hour, or a minute, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm going to sit here and enjoy the beauty, get some clips of the Instagram, and then we'll move to the next destination. I've got quite a lot of places to go today, or quite a lot of distance to cover at least. So this could be quite a fruitful video, but who knows? We'll find out. I'm just going to park this here and sit on a bench for a minute. Alright, so the next place in our random tour of Kazakhstan and Astana is this place. It's the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation. It doesn't look like it's open to anything or actually does anything, but I think it was built as a beacon of symbolic relevance, I think was the word you said on Wikipedia. It was built in 2006, and interestingly it was built by a British man called Brian Clark. Well, he was the lead architect on the project. But I just find it interesting, the sort of weird monuments they've got. They've got, sorry, this guy wants to speak to me. Hello, you okay? Hello? Ah, nice to meet you. What, you want us? Oh, I don't have any change. I have no change, my friend. No. A minute. Let me just find an answer. So yeah, it was built by a British architect, which is very interesting. Yeah, but we've got a pyramid, we've got an Arc de Triomphe, lots of monuments around Kazakhstan. It's very interesting. Yeah. Alright, so it's interesting. Everywhere I go, someone always seems to ask me for some sort of cash or something like that. Or as in Georgia, someone asked me if they can do a tarot reading and then tried to tell me filming was illegal. Everyone's after something, you can't help everyone. If I give everyone who asks for cash money, then I'd be asking for cash. Well, yeah, no, anyway, as I was saying, this place, it doesn't seem to be functioning right now, but I find it interesting that they've got such monuments based on places, so pyramids for Egypt, Arc de Triomphe for France, they've got the Greek columns. It's fascinating. But anyway, I think I'm going to get on maps and locate my next place. I think it's quite far from here, so I may have to trade my scooter in because I don't think it'll make it. Also, I might try and find some food on the way because I'm getting quite peckish. But yeah, so we'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, so at the start of this video I said it'd be interesting to see if there are any individual houses in Astana. Now I'm going to show you sort of over my shoulder because I found four, there was one down there, and they are huge. Now it makes me think they're not for the common people, mainly because one of them has what I'm assuming is an Iranian flag outside, which makes me think these are the houses for foreign dignitaries, consulates maybe, and they're the closest I've found to an actual individual house. Like, I'm only showing you over the shoulder because there is police behind me. There's a booth, so I imagine directly filming would be frowned upon. I don't really want to get arrested and imprisoned, especially as I got to leave tomorrow. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with the video, that there are individual houses for the wealthy and the elite. Everyone else can live in these kind of things, which is fine. The apartment I'm in is quite nice, to be fair, so I wouldn't mind an apartment like that, but you can't afford one in Manchester, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, on we move. Alright guys, I just wanted to throw this into part of the video. So I've said in over the last 2 days how the city isn't that big and it's compact, but in terms of landmass it's not that big. But what is apparent here is, even though they've been building since 1997, to when it was a small village, and it's now who knows how much larger it is, but in terms of infrastructure they're still expanding it. So look, I've just come to what is the edge of town. The roads aren't finished, the pavement's not finished. They've got this bit which is further into the city, but if you can see into the distance, there's not much there, but everything they are is being built. It's all cranes. Further along there's more cranes. So as I've been saying it in one of the last 2 videos, it'd be interesting to see if I can come back here in 5 to 10 years and see how big this city actually gets. Because, you know, you got to hand it to people when they invest in a city. It does work out. It's interesting. Like if you can kind of see, like, there's these 2 buildings here, but after that there's nothing. You know, there's a couple of buildings in the distance, but it's pretty much just mossland. I did want to go right to the edge of the city, but my scooter won't take me that far, and after riding all day on cobbled streets my back is starting to hurt. But yeah, there you go, Astana. It's a city on the move. I don't think that's the right quote, but yeah. So I don't know where I'm sticking this part of the video, if it's in the first or second one, but I just thought it's interesting to see the growth of the city. It'd be interesting to know, like, how this city is economically, like, you know, are people here considered wealthy, poor, in between? Did he struggle? Is there jobs for everyone? Who knows? But anyway, this has been Actal, so see you in a bit. Okay, so our next destination just happens to be this pedestrian bridge. It apparently is the newest bridge in Astana. It's called Atriu Bridge, and it's just another example of their modern architecture and what they could achieve. They could have just built a simple bridge, but no, they went out of the way to create this huge thing. I mean, it's a footbridge, but it's the width that you could probably get cars over here. Why it's like that, I don't know. It's probably just design. You can't really see because of the thing. There's an amphitheatre way out. Let me see if I can out there. Well, yeah, you can kind of get a good view of the river. That yellow building is the Astana Tower. I only know that because I rode past it on my scooter. But yeah, it's interesting. As I said, there's a lot of unique architectural structures in Astana. I was thinking to find any lunch. One thing that's become apparent about Astana is, and I've read this online, because most of it is under snow most of the year, they're not really known for eating out. They tend to eat at home, so finding authentic food in Astana can be difficult. But there is a thing here called Astana Nouri. I'm going to see if I can get something to eat there, and if it's authentic I'll show you. Okay. Alright, so I went into what I thought was a cafe, and it seems to be one of the fanciest restaurants I've ever been in. You've got fancy music on, napkins, wine glasses. It's not that overpriced, so it's not too bad. I'm surprised they let me in, considering I'm just in shorts and t-shirt, and there's people here in like suits and stuff. The lady in here doesn't speak English, so it's fine, I can talk, but I did get a good view of the bridge, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so lesson to next time, check on Google Maps before you just wander into places, or else you end up in really fancy restaurants eating duck breast and stuff. Alright, so as you can tell by the coat that it did start to rain a little bit, but we've arrived at what is possibly my final destination of the day. Hopefully not final destination like the film, or else this could end disastrously. But we appear to have arrived at what looks like their version of the Mall. They've got this long walk down all the way to that big palace at the end. Let's have a look, yeah. But really that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for this thing. This seems to be the centrepiece of Astana, and it's a top rated place to come and have a look at. Look at the state of it. Now, I don't know what it means. It's called the Bergerac or something like that. I'm going to have a look. It said somewhere online that there is occasions where they let people go inside of it, into the top. So we're going to try and find that out. If not, the next slide will be my usual, like, thumbs up, subscribe sort of thing. But I'm going to have a go, see what I can find out, see if I can actually get inside of it. There appears to be some sort of maze between me and it, which is frustrating. But yeah, we'll try and get inside and see the view of the city. Obviously, they turned it into this big thing. There's a queue, so I'm going to be studying that for a bit. Got tables, refreshments. We've got this big building at the end. They've got kids riding around at night. You can get popcorn, ice cream. It's got a nice little park around it. There's a big egg over there. A tour bus. So yeah, let's go inside. Let's have a look. I don't know what that means. Is it a price? Don't drink, don't ice skate in there. Open hours 10 till 10. Apparently it's box office at 9 up until 9 PM. 105 metres and a 22 metre diameter. Doesn't have a price on it. It opened in August 30th, 2002. That's interesting. We'll see what it takes to get inside. Alright, so after queuing for about 5-10 minutes outside, I then made it to the foyer where I then queued for an hour. Which I don't understand why, because as soon as I got there I said one ticket, she said no worries, I paid, she gave me the ticket. So what other people were doing, I don't know. But we're at the top of the Spear, so you can get a good look at the city. And actually, I've been saying in this and the last video that it's actually not as big as you think, but it looks huge from here. There's apparently a lot more to it than I thought. But you can see down there is where the palace was. Somewhere in this direction is the bridge that I went to. The mall that I went to the other day is in this direction. I am going to get a coffee while I'm up here. I'll come up here for a reason, aren't I? What else is there? So like I said, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but you can see the top of the mall from that direction. The stadium to which I've been staying near is beyond those buildings. You can just about see one of the train stations if it's not blocked out by the reflection of the sun. But actually, yeah, Astana's a lot bigger than I anticipated. I've probably only scratched the surface, but unfortunately my time here is coming to an end, so I have to prepare for tomorrow where I leave to a different city. I just thought it'd be interesting to come up here, show you. I hope you've enjoyed my stay in Astana. I have. But yeah, as usual, if you want to see more, please subscribe. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to go get my host a nice present. And then I'll see you in the next one.